What's up YouTube, Mike here with PeoplesChoiceGaming, and in Elder Scrolls Online today we're going to take a look into the Arx Cornium, Arx Cornium dungeon I think it's called. It's the first dungeon I think at about level 30, really fun one. It's like open map, open world type, or like an open layout. You go inside a little bit, but I think it's just a really cool dungeon because it's got this open layout. Now this is our first time, and it's definitely the first tougher dungeon we did with a lot of bosses, and it's a lot longer. So for all the rest of the dungeons, you know, just like this one, what I'm going to do is, if there's a really tough trash pack, I'll show it. But for the most part, trash packs aren't too tough. So I'm just going to show maybe one or two, and then all the bosses, because most people will just need help with bosses. So that was the first trash pack. Nothing to talk about, nothing really hard. And then this boss here, very easy. Basically, when he goes into that AoE and sits there, it doesn't look like he heals or anything, and it's just going to do damage to you. It's you can quickly get out of the way, and even if it hits you like once for like a second or two, it doesn't do much damage. And basically, you got a lot of time to DPS him while you're out of the way. You don't need to taunt him or anything if you're a tank when you move. And you got that, and then you got the move where he's going to tail whip you, and you got plenty of time. So nobody should have problems with this first snake boss. Super easy. Now I know there was you know, a few more beginning dungeons as well, but considering they're a little easier and a little shorter, I decided to kind of, after showing the fungal grotto, to skip up to the level 30, so a few dungeons later, because that's where I seen it finally start to get tough, and I was able to respec to a tank and kind of go over the bosses a little better, considering I know what they do a little better being a tank, or I'm able to feel it, see it a little bit better. And you're going to see I run out of stamina and mana quite a good bit. I just respec for a special life leech Nightblade tank that I came up with. Definitely don't have the build complete yet. I think at about level 35 I pretty much complete the build all the way. So the very next dungeon I show you, I'll have my full tank build. So now for this boss, he's also very easy, as long as you basically avoid two things. That electric, super easy to avoid. Elder Scrolls likes to give you plenty of time on a lot of bosses when it comes to their attacks. Now when he does this electric here, see how I barely take any damage? Well, notice we're up on an island. If I'm standing in the water, I'll take a lot of damage. Not sure exactly how much, because I did it the right way the first time. But you basically just don't fight him in the water, because you get electrocuted. You fight it because he electrocutes the water you're standing in. As long as you fight him up on land, you're going to be perfectly fine. As you see, you know, I'm barely going down in damage here. So if you're finding yourself having trouble on this tank, you know, or this boss, it's probably a healer problem. Probably got a healer problem in your group. But this boss you definitely should have no trouble with. Look at that stun though. That's crazy. That's like the longest stun ever. He threw out some ridiculous stun at the end of the fight. It was kind of funny. So after this boss, we got the first tougher boss. Now, when I say tougher, actually, she can be quite easy if you know the her one main ability, which I wasn't paying attention to the guy talking to me because the fight already started. Now, pay attention here. See how she's screaming? And I'm just done for, dude. I'm like, my health is gone. Luckily, I don't die because I'll run in here, but I don't even notice that that bubble is what I need to be running into. And in the very beginning, it was off in the corner of my eye, and I didn't even see it. So basically, this boss is going to do an AoE scream, and you know when she's going to do it, very simply because she throws a bubble down, a dome. Now all you got to do is run in that dome. It's really easy to get into, and then that's simply it. You can still attack her from in the dome, or you could attack the ad. The ad won't really take damage, but if you're someone that has abilities where when you attack it gives you mana back or stamina or some kind of power, then you can use the ad for that. But otherwise, don't worry about the ad, because You're not going to need to kill that ad, obviously, if you kill the boss, and you can't really do damage to that ad while he's in that bubble. He just kind of chills there, and he doesn't do anything to you either. So I get resurrected here. I get back into the fight, and I forgot if I die one more time. But like I said, this would have been cake if I realized about the AoE bubble. That's her only tough ability. Other than that, she's just gonna whack you like any other boss, like regular attacks. And right here, you see me go on the ad for a minute. I don't ever do that if you're a tank normally. I was just trying to stay away from the boss, get my health up, because I messed up so bad in the beginning. And I I didn't know about this friggin' AoE for so long. I feel so stupid. It wasn't until a few bubbles she did that I started to see the text and realize, oh shit, like that dome is what she's putting up. And you know, it's one of them tunnel vision things. I just didn't see my friends getting in there, and I didn't know. Right here, I'm finally like, oh, you got to get inside the bubble. But you know, lesson learned, and it works out because now I'm able to show you guys, and you guys know that you got to get in here. But she's super easy as long as you're getting inside that bubble. Now, you got to fight 2 more bosses after this. They're fairly easy, and the last boss is pretty tough. So, we only died like once on the last boss. We knew what to do right away, but the last boss can be pretty tough. It's not nearly as easy as this one, and I will definitely, you know, go over everything you need to do on that last boss there. But basically, just keep having all the DPS work on her, and you know, just keep tanking her. You shouldn't have any problem. Get inside that dome when she does her scream, and you should be completely fine with this boss. Definitely don't pay attention to all the trouble I had. It's all health loss and extra work from the healer because I didn't notice that dome. So she's finally dead here. See what kind of loot we get. A lot of potions, which is nice. Nothing too great though. Now I'm gonna apologize to my public group. Now this is the next boss here. I think this might be more of a mini boss. I'm not sure. She's definitely got the ads, but we seem to handle her quite fine. As the boss herself, she does do that red AoE circle. You can move out of it fairly quickly. I don't take too much ridiculous damage from letting it hit me a little bit while moving out of it. So I don't think you're going to absolutely need to worry about a roll dodge or anything. And there's not much to say about this boss. It's not until you, I think, get to level 30 and beyond that the bosses really start to get tough. And of course, our new veteran Craiglorn content, our 12-man rating bosses. I cannot wait to cover them. They're timed and everything, and supposed to be really tough, so that's going to be really fun to check out. But up until now, if you're, if you got a decent group, and you're not just playing with people that have only played RPGs and have never played MMOs in their life, you got a decent group, you shouldn't have too much trouble with the bosses. They don't get too tough until after level 30. Now this next boss here, let your group take care of the ads as usual, and you're not going to have much problem with the tank. He doesn't seem to do too many abilities that hurt me real bad. I think he's got one AoE here that I don't even have to really dodge. I'm trying to remember what it is. I think he might pound the ground or something, and I think I can just stay there because it's not that bad. You're going to be able to take this boss down also very easily. It's almost like they're kind of taunting you. They're giving you really easy bosses. See, here's that red circle. Nothing bad there at all. You don't even need to move out of that circle. And if you do for some reason, then you're definitely just not geared enough. And I'm definitely not geared, super well or anything at the moment. Now, this is the last boss. Alright, so this is how you do her. Okay, for one, you can't just sit and stop and tank her. Everybody needs to attack her. Everybody needs to run around. all these islands are here because you got to be on the islands. She's going to electrocute the water, and it's going to electrocute the whole place and really mess you up. However, she's also going to do the red AoEs. When she does the red AoEs, everybody needs to move around, basically out of the AoEs. Now, the only problem you're going to find is when you're running out of those red AoE circles, sometimes you're going to find that they cover all the islands, and you'll find yourself in the water because you definitely can't stand on the red AoEs. They'll mess you up. But if she does her electrocute power on the water in unison with them red AoEs, then you're going to take even more damage from that, and that can cause deaths here and there. But to beat this boss, though, just keep running around. And actually, no, I think, yeah. See, actually, it looks like that power might be together. When she does the electrocute the water, it's also the red AoEs. But notice there, I get in a bind because she might have the red AoEs on the actual island sometimes. So, yeah, you might have some problems with that. But don't worry about really sitting in one place and taunting her. If you have the Undaunted range taunt, considering the only other taunt in the game, I'm pretty sure is the one-handed shield taunt, which you got to be right up on him for. If you got the If you got the Undaunted range taunt, I think it's called Inner Fire, then you could definitely do that at range. But honestly, you just keep doing damage at range, and basically as a group, just kite her. Just keep kiting her, stay out of the red circles, and stay off the water. That's really all you need to know about killing this boss. And when you're able to actually stand, do as much damage to her as you can. And if you think you can do damage while you're running, do that as well. And it's basically just a game of cat and mouse. Typical kiting around, doing damage when you can. Stopping from getting electrocuted and staying off the red circles. And like I said, the only problems you should find is when you can't run to an island because she puts a red circle on it, and you got to be on the islands because she electrocutes the water. So that might be the only problem that you'll run into. But as you see here, just running around with our bows, we're able to kill her. It doesn't take too long, so you guys should be fine because she's not a super long boss, as long as you remember that one main mechanic. And then finish your quest here. You should get a nice headpiece. I'm not sure what else she might drop, but I got a pretty nice light headpiece. And that's pretty much it, guys. Alright, I hope that I helped you out on all the different bosses. Good luck to all you guys. I got my tank build fully finished now. I'm owning it, doing everything like 5 levels ahead of me and veteran, because the build's just working so well now. I can't wait to do some of the later on bosses, which will be very soon here. And yeah, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.